Yeah, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the demo session on data science. Okay, now before going to start our discussion about data science, first let us discuss our topic with what is data for few minutes. Okay, first we will discuss about what is data, then we will discuss about the definition of what is data analytics. Okay, and we will discuss about what is data science. Okay, shall I go? Yeah. Now, now the basic input for data science is data. If you have a data, then we can apply data science technologies, and now we can extract the information and knowledge from the data. First, let us discuss about what is data. Okay, data is everywhere nowadays. Okay, it is growing at an incredible amount of rate. In what way? We will see some examples like Facebook users send on an average of 31.25 million messages. Okay, and they're viewing 2.77 millions of videos every minute. This is about Facebook statistics. Now let us look at YouTube statistics. A massive growth in video and photo data in the YouTube, where every minute up to 300 hours of videos are uploaded onto the YouTube. The two means 300 hours of videos. Now, if you look at a simple example, each person on an average 1.7 megabytes of data is creating per second. Okay. Now, the person called Clive Humbe, who is a statistician, in 2006, he proposed that data is the new oil. Earlier in 20th century, most of the Gulf countries, they mint so much money just because of oil. Okay, na? In 21st century, the company who is in the top 5 in the world, they have the data. Can anyone tell me what are the big companies they have the data? Some examples: Facebook, YouTube, any other companies? Twitter. All these companies are minting money just because of money. Information is the oil in 21st century, and analytics is the conversion engine. This is the definition given by Peter Sodergaard. He is the chief data mentor at Stanford. Okay, now if the same trend going on, by 2025 the data will be over 175 gigabytes. We know that but what is the meaning of gigabyte? A gigabyte is nothing but 1 trillion gigabytes. Clear? Now whatever the data which is available on the internet, that is called as raw data. Okay, now let me discuss about what kind of data we are going to deal as a data scientist. Now we are going to deal with text data such as Word documents, then Notepad documents are called as text data, PDF documents. Now I'll call these three as text data. Okay, now apart from that, we will also deal with the Excel data in the form of CSV, stands for comma separated values, comma separated values. Okay, and in the form of TSV, tab separated values. Okay, most of the numerical data which is available in Excel data. Okay, now HTML data, then XML data, then JSON data. Now, what is the difference between HTML data and XML data? HTML data is used for displaying the content. Okay, whereas XML data is used to describe the data, like how we are going to store the data in the form of tables. Like that, we can also store the data in the form of XML files. Now, nowadays, because of drawback of XML files, a new kind of format which is coming into the market called JSON data, where we are going to store the data in the form of key and value pairs. Key and value pairs. That means if I want to access any value, I should have associated key with that. Okay. Now this is a new trend which is storing the further data. Apart from that, we have relational databases such as Oracle, MySQL, Sybase, SQLite. and SQL Server, DB2, all these are called as relational databases. Then log files, transactional data, everyday data. What is the meaning of everyday data? Like banking transactions, and supermarket data, and stock market data. What is, if a data I'm dealing with everyday transactions are called as transactional data. Okay, and nowadays the data which is generated by the sensors and other web servers, and because of social media such as Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and YouTube, they are generating huge volumes of the data. Now all these data, apart from that, we will have image data, audio data, video data. As a data scientist, you should deal with all these kind of data. Clear? Now all these data is available in the form of a raw and unorganized format. Okay, if you want to apply machine learning or data science or NLP, natural language processing, you should process the data. Okay, now the processed data is called as information. Okay, now once if you convert the given data into the format of information, where what are the steps we should do? Pre-process the data, and we should arrange the data in an organized fashion and in more structured format. Now what data can be called as structured data? Now relational data is called as more structured data. What is the meaning of relational data? Here we are going to store the data in the form of tables: employee number, employee name, salary, and so on. Okay, these are called as tables. The data which you are storing in the form of Excel sheet, every cell, row and column combination, spreadsheet data or Excel data is also called as more structured data. Is it okay? Now, before going to the next topic, I wanted to classify different kinds of data. Basically, according to machine learning and data science, we can classify the data into two formats: structured data and unstructured data. Okay. Now, where here information with high degree of organization. What is the meaning of structured data? Just now I told that information such as RDBMS, such as tables, okay, also called as relations. Spreadsheet data is nothing but Excel data, where we are going to store the data in more high degree of organization. Whatever the data we are going to store the data, they are very easily to read the data. For example, if I want to read the data from tables, simply I will use a function, a command called select statement. Okay. Now, by using select statement, I can easily search the data and very quickly consolidate the data into the facts. For example, if you go for unstructured data, where the data format having lack of structures. Okay, that means there is no specific schema. Okay, there is no specific schema for unstructured data, and it takes very time consuming for identifying the data and finding the data into the facts. Emails data, report data, images, all these are examples for unstructured data. 80% of the data which is available in the internet is called as unstructured data. As a data scientist, we will deal with structured data as well as unstructured data. Okay. Now there is another kind of classification. Okay, this is the very important classification. Regularly we will use this kind of now types of data again can be classified into quantitative data and qualitative data. Quantitative data is called as numerical data. All numerical data will comes under quantitative data. Okay, now all categorical data will comes under qualitative data. Okay, once again, quantitative data can be divided into one classification is a discrete data, where the data will be represented in the form of a countable format. That means it can be represented with the whole numbers. What is the meaning of whole number 0 to n? The simple example for discrete data is number of defects. When we write a program is nothing but set of statements. Okay. If I compile this program, I may get one error or 10 errors or 20 errors. This is nothing but discrete. Number of defects is nothing but discrete data. Always discrete data will be represented in the form of 0 to n. Okay. There are no negative numbers. Now, second example is number of customer complaints. If we buy a product, like a fridge, if it is not working, what we will do? I'll give a complaint to that company. Okay, number of customer complaints is also comes under discrete data. Okay, now another kind of numerical data is called as continuous data, where the data will be represented in the form of a example for continuous data is temperature. Temperature will be fluctuated from around 98.5 to 103 degrees Celsius. And also stock market data. Always we will not have a single point of data. Always the data will be in the form of fluctuating. Okay, these two are comes under quantitative data. Okay, now apart from the quantitative data, we have another data set called as categorical data. Okay, here the data, now gender is a simple example for qualitative data. Gender can be classified as male and female. For example, let us take diabetes, whether a patient is diabetes or not. Yes means the patient is diabetes, no means the patient is non-diabetic. Okay, now once if you know about types of data, now I wanted to go for small case studies. So depending upon the case studies, we will go to the lecture today's. Now can you please observe the data and can you please tell me what kind of data it is? Is it quantitative data or is it qualitative data? Can you please respond? Can you please see this data set and tell me your observations? Just think twice and thrice to give the observations. As a data scientist, the session should be more interactive. Okay, can you please respond? Hello.
Quantitative.
Is it quantitative? I already told 2 to 3 times. Here, do you find any numbers? Do you find any numbers in the data? Here, you are not finding any numbers here. This is called as qualitative data. Look at here, qualitative. Now, gender can be represented as male, female. These are categorical data. Yes, no. Now, what kind of data you are seeing here? This is called as categorical data. It is not quantitative. Okay, na? Categorical. Categorical data is also called as qualitative data. Now, can you please tell me second observation? You are finding 50 cells of the data. What is the meaning of 50 cells of the data? I have 5 rows and 10 rows and 5 columns. 10 multiplied by 5 is 50. Is it okay? Now, can you please tell me third observation? Here we have some kind of countries, they are repeating. Okay, na? Some countries of data is repeated. Are you getting me? Yeah, any more observations? My first observation is this data set is categorical, also called as qualitative. Now, totally, I have around 50 cells of the data. Okay. Now, why I have 50 cells? Because I have 10 rows and 5 columns. Now, third one is some countries are repeating. China is repeating. US is repeating. Now, this is the what we have to don't know. Okay. As a data scientist, what is your ultimate aim? As a data scientist, you should be work like a hacker. What the hackers will do? The hackers will penetrate into the servers and they will steal the data. Clear? Now, as a data scientist, what you have to do? You should see the data and you should get the knowledge. Now, any more observations from this data? Any more observations? Shall I go to next slide? Now I am slowly converting the data into analytics. What I am doing, I'm slowly converting the data into analytics. Now, what I have taken? I have taken unique data. The first step I have done is I have identified unique countries. Okay. Now, after identifying and unique countries, I'm getting Canada, China, England, Germany, like this. I have around 10 countries of the data. Is it okay? Clear for you? Now, Canada, now the first analytics what I'm taking is frequency. Number of times Canada appear. There are totally 50 countries of the data, and Canada is appear only for 2 times. China is appear for 12 times. England is appear for 2 times. India appear for 8 times, and US appear for 10 times. If I add all these things, I'll get 50. This is called as frequency. What is the meaning of frequency? Number of times the country repeated in the data set. Okay, now slowly what I'm doing, I'm converting the frequency into proportions. Now what I'm doing for that, 2 divided by 50, 12 divided by 50, 2 divided by 50, like that. I have converted this frequency into proportions. Now once if I convert the frequency into proportions, I'm getting 0.04 proportion. Okay, now China proportion is 0.24. If I add all proportions, I should get 1. This is the basic rule in statistics. Now if I multiply these proportions into 100, I will get percentages. Look at here. Totally Canada percentage is 4%. China percentage is 24%, and US percentage is 20%. Now what we have done? Initially we have taken a data, and we are converting the data into analytics. Any queries? Can you please respond? Hello? Yeah, sessions must be interactive only, because data science is most towards interactive session. Okay, then only we can get a very huge subject from the faculty, those who are teaching. Okay, Kishore, Aishwarya, and HP11. I don't know who is the name. Can you please respond? Is it okay? Shall I continue? Yeah. Any queries in this session till now? Now, whatever the data I have taken from this data, now I have converted the data. Now, if I add all these percentages, so we will get 100 percentages. Now, once again, I'm going to transform the given data. Now, look at here. Now, this is nothing but a tabular format of the data. Now, here, what I have done, all the countries, okay, all the countries related to America, I have kept it as North America. Total frequency is 15. Okay. Now, totally, if I add all the countries of Asia, we have around 29 countries, and from Europe, totally there are 6 countries. Okay. If I convert relative frequencies, 30%, 58%, 12%. Now, instead of concentrating on Europe, if we concentrate more on Asia, we will get more students from that. Is it okay? Now, once again, I'm representing the data in the form of beautiful visualizations. By looking at these visualizations, what we can interpret from the given data, instead of concentrating on Europe, if we concentrate more on Asia and North America, we can get a huge number of students for my data science course. Is it okay? This is what, as a data scientist, you should do your job. Okay. Can you please respond? What I have taken? Initially, I have taken. Now, let me write the summarization. What is the summary of the case study? Shall I go? Now, the first summary is we have taken 50 countries of the data. Okay, now this data is categorical data. Categorical data, also called as qualitative data. Okay. Whenever we are dealing with categorical data, I should use some techniques such as frequency and relative frequency and percentages. Now, what I have done, the given data I have converted into a little bit analytics. This is what I have done here. Okay, now everyone okay for you? Now, from this table, from the given percentages, I have converted the data into visualization. Now, from these visualizations, what we can do? We are getting some sort of inferences. We are getting some sort of inferences or knowledge, also called as patterns within the data. also called as relationships. IBM call the same thing as insights. Okay. Now, these insights will be taken by higher level management, and they will do decision making to increase the revenue of the organization. Clear for you? The ultimate outcome is to increase the revenue of an organization. Is it okay? Now, any queries in this case study? Can you please respond? Hello? Now, shall I give another case study? Now, let us discuss about this case study. Can you please tell me your observations? What is your first observation? What kind of data it is? Is it a quantitative data? Shall I call it as numerical data? Shall I call it as numerical data? Can you please tell me your observations from this data set? Hello? Yeah, Sai Aishwarya and Ganesh and other people, it is humble request. Okay, the session should be more interactive, and otherwise you cannot digest data science. It is consisting of more mathematics, more algorithms. Okay, data science is full of algorithms and full of mathematics. You should be you should always learn from the faculty by asking the questions. I'm asking the questions so many times, but you are not responding. Okay, can you please respond once again? Now, can you please ask second observation? Here, total I have 50 entries of the data. 50 entries of the data. Will you agree? Now, one important point I will tell you: dealing quantitative data is different from qualitative data. Earlier we have discussed about qualitative data. Now I wanted to deal with quantitative data. Whenever you are dealing with quantitative data, first of all you must take what is the minimum number in the data. Okay, then what is the maximum number? Shall I call it as range? Can you please tell me what will be the minimum value? Out of this all these numbers, the minimum value is 10. Okay, out of all these values, the maximum number is 75. Now, shall I tell you minimum value is 10 and maximum value is 75. Now, this range is this is called as range, also called as bin, also called as bucket. Clear for you? Now, whenever you are dealing with data, numerical data, first you should see about what is a range, what is a minimum value, and what is a maximum value. From this, we can write some bins, also called as buckets. Now, what is a bucket here? I may take 5 to 10 as one bucket, and 10 to 15 as another bucket, 15 to 20 as another bucket. Here, every bucket consisting of 5 numbers. I can also take 10 to 20 as one bucket, 21 to 30 as another bucket, 31 to 40 as another bucket. Now, if I consider the bucket as 10, 20 of size 10 numbers. Now, what are the numbers falls under 10, 20? I need to calculate while dealing with numerical data. Now look at here how I have done. Initial here I have taken the bucket size as 20 elements, 0 to 20, 19. Okay, 0 to 19. Yes, there are totally 19 elements are there. In between 20 to 39, around 21 students are there. In between ages 40 and 59, 60 and 79, I have 5 and 5 students. So what I will do, instead of concentrating on these age groups, I should concentrate more on these age groups. Then I can take more number of students to my data science course. Same thing I can also represent in the form of a bar graph. Now, this bar graph will tell you the visualization. Look at here, the age groups in between 20 to 49, there are more student ages, those who are interested in data science course. Clear for you? Hello? Any questions? Now, in this way, as a data scientist, can anyone tell me what is the main job of data scientist from looking at these two case studies? Main duties of data scientist. Can anyone respond? The first point is developing strategies for analysis. Okay, are you getting me? And second job what we are doing is data exploration, identifying of the data. Third one is analyzing the data. The main job of the data scientist is analyzing the data and visualizing the data. Same thing. These two are comes under examples of visualization. Okay, now once if I after visualization, we are going to use building machine learning models, building ML models, also called as machine learning models. These are the basic responsibilities of data scientist. Any questions, Andy? Can you please respond? Any questions? Hello. Now, what are the basic responsibilities? Why we are going for data science? Can you please respond here? Now, I wanted to extract knowledge from the given data. Now, this data can be huge volumes of data, Okay. Now, our ultimate aim of job is extracting the knowledge. This is the basic responsibility of data scientist. How we have extracted the knowledge from these two case studies? Now, from the first case study, we have extracted the knowledge that instead of concentrating on Europe and North America, if you concentrate more on Asia, your data science course students will get more students. And instead of here, I'm concentrating more on the age groups between 20 to 39. Then I can get more students for my data science course. In these two case studies, what I have done, I have extracted the knowledge from the given data. Now here, the data can be quantitative data or the data can be qualitative data. Clear? In everyday applications, I will use qualitative data and quantitative data. Okay, now, whatever the knowledge we have extracted from the data, using this knowledge, I'm going to predict unknown data. Okay, I'm going to predict future sales or forecasting. Everything will be done. Okay, now this improves the business of the organization that powers from the given data. Clear for you? Now, in order to do that, first of all, you should know what is the definition which is given by DJ Patil. He is the chief data scientist in USA White House. He has defined the data science as it is the ability to extract the knowledge and insights from large and complex data sets. What we have done? Now, once again, I'm repeating the ability to extract the knowledge and insights. What is the meaning of insights? Can anyone tell me? Insights, there are so many technical terminologies, knowledge, and patterns, all these are synonyms, and relationships, inferences. Okay, now what we are doing, we wanted to extract the knowledge and insights from huge, large and complex data sets. Now, in order to extract this knowledge, what a data scientist must have, she should have the basic knowledge of statistics. The most important thing is statistics plays vital role to become a data scientist. Statistics. There are two different kinds of statistics: descriptive statistics. Okay, now then second one is inferential statistics. Okay, second one is the student must have the basic knowledge of mathematics. There are so many mathematical terminologies. The first one is linear algebra. Linear algebra is a combination of vectors and matrices. Okay, and you need to have the knowledge of probability, and you should have the knowledge of vector calculus, and differential calculus. Now that means the student must have the knowledge of descriptive statistics and inferential statistics, mathematics such as linear algebra in the form of vectors, matrices, probability, and vector calculus and differential calculus. These are comes under mathematical part. Then the student should have the basic knowledge of programming such as either Python or R. Okay, and the student must have a problem solving knowledge, okay, and capturing the data in a more indigenous way. Now he should look at the data in more differently. Now I told you, he should see the data in a more hacker point of view to find out patterns from. Now by doing activities such as data cleaning, data preparing, and aligning of the data. This is the beautiful definition of data science. I will wait here for 2 minutes. If you have any queries, I will answer them. Can you please respond? Hello? Hello? Can you please respond? Is it okay? Sai Aishwarya? Any queries?
Yes. No, sir, no query.
Ganesh? Yeah. Shall I continue to the next slide? Yeah. This is the most important slide, Amma, please. Now, what we are doing now, as what is the meaning of analytics? Analytics means I'm taking the input data and I'm applying some sort of intelligence. Then the data will be converted into insights. Okay, now what is the meaning of analytics? Is a transformation of given data into insights. Okay, once we have the insights, then the high level management will take a decision making, okay, to improve the revenue of the organization. Okay, now same points we will discuss in the form of 3 steps. Analytics involves understanding the past data and current performance to predict future. This is the most important job. Here we will take archival data, also called as historical data, also called as old data. I will take last 10 years and 20 years data. I will forecast, I will predict the 21st year what will happen. Okay, this is the job of analytics. Another job is understanding the relationships, identifying the patterns, and translating them in a meaningful, useful, relevant business insights. And from that, the management will take intelligent strategies. Okay, data science is the foundation for data-driven decision making for an organization. Okay, clear for you, everyone? Now, why we need to learn data science? Because it is the 21st century job, and it is having so much demand in the market, but the exact people, those who are now having knowledge in the data science field, are very less, and it gives you a lucrative careers in the form of lakhs of rupees, and data science is changing the world. Wherever there is a data, in every domain, you can apply data science. Now it is okay. Now it is the future for the next 5 to 10 years. This is the future. Now what we will learn in data science? Okay, as a data scientist, you must have the basic things what we should know. Okay, now I have forgotten to discuss about another important point. Let me clear the screen. Yeah, now this is called as a Venn diagram to understand about basic things about data science. Okay, you should know about mathematics. Just now I told you, linear algebra, statistics, probability, and calculus. Okay, and you should have the basic knowledge of computer science. Okay, like algorithms. Algorithmic knowledge is mandatory for that, and you should have the basic knowledge of SQL operations, how we are going to do insertion, updation, deletion, and so on. Most important thing is domain knowledge. What is the meaning of domain knowledge? What is the meaning of domain knowledge? I will discuss for 2 minutes. For example, if you are writing an application with banking application, every person who is dealing with banking application, we should have the basic knowledge of banking. Okay, this is called as domain knowledge. For example, if I am developing an application with the insurance application, insurance sector, I should know inside in and out about insurance sector. If I wanted to implement an application on retail business, as a data scientist, you should have the basic knowledge of retail knowledge. This is called as domain knowledge. So in BTech and in BTech, the people, those who are joining for BTech, what we are doing according to AICTE, 60% of the knowledge will be from department subjects, and 40% of the knowledge they are going to teach from humanities, also called as basic sciences. Clear? Here you are going to learn about physics, chemistry, maths, organizational behavior, statistics, probability, economics, commerce, everything we will teach here. Is it okay? Can you please respond? Domain, in order to get domain knowledge, you should use domain specific understanding about the project. Then machine learning, the most important topic. Now, in the previous slide, I told that building machine learning models, building models is the basic job of data scientist. It can be done with the help of a concept called machine learning. And the most important thing is statistical knowledge. Okay. If you want to become a data scientist, you have to have basic knowledge of mathematics, machine learning, computer science programming like Python, database operations, domain knowledge. The combination of all these diversified areas will be called as data science. Got it? Hello? Can you please respond? Hello? Yeah, any queries, Andy?
No, sir.
Please. Yeah. Now let me go to the next slide. Yeah. Now, what is a data science? Data science is a blend of various tools and algorithms and machine learning principles. Now, the ultimate goal of data scientist is to discover the hidden knowledge from the new data. Okay, this is the most important job of a data scientist. Okay, now data science primarily used to make decision making and predicting futures. Okay, now wherever we have data, wherever you have data, there you can apply data science. Okay, now let me discuss with simple examples. Now let me discuss about a small case study. Amazon. Okay, most of you know about Amazon. Okay, now Amazon has a huge amount of consumer purchasing data. Okay, if you purchase any item, they will ask the information such as customer information such as our age, gender, location, where we are storing, and purchasing history. Okay, whatever the items you have purchased from that, now they are going to predict a past browsing history from the last 1 year. Whatever the items you have purchased, they are going to create a patterns. Okay, now they will give you some information about the past purchasing history. Based on this data, Amazon will segment the customers and draws the patterns and recommends the new right product to the right customer at right time. Now, after every week, they are going to send some advertisements. Now, this advertisement may consisting of 75% discount, 60% discount, 90% discount on the items. And depending, now here they are going to use an application called recommendation systems. A recommendation system. What is the meaning of recommendation systems? Recommendation system. From the past 1 year, 1 year or 2 years, whatever the items which we are purchasing, from that they are going to create a patterns from the data, and they have an application, machine learning or data science application called recommendation system. Every day they are going to send some messages. They will provoke you to buy some items from the Amazon. Got it? Clear? Now, recommendation system is the beautiful example for data science. For example, if you go for Netflix, what will happen in Netflix? If I watch an action movie, if I watch an action movie, or if I watch a comedy movie, what the Netflix will do? Next time, whenever I open this Netflix, it will show some recommendations such as whatever the action movies I have seen, whatever the comedies movies I have seen, related movies, they will give it to me, okay, for watching. This is called a recommendation system. Got it? Any queries, Sandeep? Now, let me go for another beautiful case study. Uber. Actually speaking, Uber don't have any cars. Uber don't have any drivers. Still, it is doing in the market throughout the world. Okay. Now, what it is doing internally, just let know. Now, here, for example, in the morning 8 to 10, morning time. Okay, now evening around 6 to 9. These are called as peak periods for any cab. Will you agree? Peak period. Remaining times, if you book it, they will come for in the peak period. They may charge around 500 rupees, or they may charge around 1000 rupees. In non-peak periods, they will come for 250, 500, and 1000 rupees ride will come for around 600 rupees. Okay, here what will be happening? The higher demands for the cabs, the higher the fare they are going to charge from us. For example, let us I have stand up here and I am applying for a cab. At the same time, if the cab driver gets calls from so many locations, then what will happen? Once again, I'm repeating. Now, 2 to 3 people are applying for a same cab. Now here, to build a dynamic pricing application model that takes effect when a lot of people in the same area are requesting the rides at the same time, then what will happen? The Uber has an application called dynamic pricing. What is the meaning of dynamic pricing? If one customer calls, the price is around 250 rupees. If 2 to 3 person calls, what will happen? That price will increase to 250 and 300. Is it okay? Now, this is one of the machine learning and data science application which is having by the Uber. Got it? Now let me go for another case study where Apple Watch. Maybe if you want to buy an Apple Watch, we have to spend around 25,000 to around 40,000. Okay. Now what is why we need to spend this much money? There is a application in it. Now the people who are buying Apple mobile phone, they'll also buy Apple Watch because which monitors the health of an individual person, such as which is going to collect our heart rate, sleep cycles, breathing rate, activity levels, blood pressure, etc. It has some sort of sensors. These sensors will collect the data, and this data will be analyzed by the machine. Okay. Now, which is going to predict the risk of a heart attack. Now, if before heart attack comes, before 2 hours, it will alert us. There may be a point of symptoms are coming up. There may be this disease may come, this disease may come. Here we are predicting risk. This is one of the machine learning and data science application. Okay. Can you please respond? Hello. Can you please ask any queries? Hello. This is my humble request. It is my humble request. As a student, you must ask so many questions. Okay. You have to ask so many questions and you have to extract the knowledge from me. Okay. Now, then only we can survive in the industry. Now I'm not discussing much more about artificial intelligence, and very important thing is now I will discuss one important point. Now, wherever there is a data, look at here. Data science can be applied wherever there is a data. Look at here. Now, let me tell you a small example. Now, first I will take a travel data side. Here I have an application called dynamic pricing, where we have discussed about Uber predicting flight delays. Now, second one is marketing data, where upselling, cross-selling, predicting lifetime of a customer. And third case is healthcare, where disease prediction, medication effectiveness, and fourth case study is social media, sentiment analysis, digital marketing. Case study 5 sales, discount forecasting, demand forecasting. Case study 6 autonomous cars. Case study 7 credit card insurance, like claims prediction, fraud claim. Now all the wherever there is a data, you can apply data science and machine learning applications. Got it? Okay, now you can apply data science wherever there is a data. Okay, that's it. Now, as today I wanted to give a basic knowledge of what is data science. I hope that you understood the topic. Clear?